All right, video 3 on a roll here. So this video is very interesting. I wanted to talk about kind of my own experience and basically kind of going into like going all in and how that completely just destroyed my business. And so I can get into the story here in a second, but basically the biggest mistake that I'm seeing, or at least that I had, and that I'm seeing other people have, is thinking that they need to quit their job to actually make this thing work. And that is just far from the truth. You always hear like, oh, you got to burn the boats, and a part of me feels like that's like good advice, but like when it actually comes down to it, and let's say you have a family or you have like responsibilities and stuff like that, there's only a amount of sacrifice you can actually kind of go through. And so for me, a couple years ago I started my own agency, and I was thinking that you had to go all in. And so I had already left the boats. I was making some money. I was like walking dogs. I like signed up for an app and was walking dogs. That's like a really interesting story because the people I was walking dogs for were billionaires, and but that's another story. But I thought that you had to kind of go all in. You couldn't do it having a full time job, and I was just like, I just kind of found out the hard way. And so a couple years ago, I think 2022, I started a business with a buddy of mine, and we kind of just go all in. I mean, I had a little bit of savings, but we were just kind of going all in. I didn't have another job, and in the beginning, it was going pretty good. We were making pretty good money, and we were able to sustain ourselves and the business. And just one day, uh, two of our clients, sort of back to back, not exactly at the same time, but pretty close, leave. And that's like 80, if not 90% of our income or our revenue for the business. And so we were also paying ourselves, and we weren't paying ourselves very much. It was like just enough. It was like survival mode. But then once that happened, it started just to kind of go downhill. And then I was like, man, I got to do something. I need to pay my bills. So I was actually getting clients outside of the business. Like I was just like doing the same thing, but I was just like more of a freelancer kind of on my own. And that was when I realized that, if in hindsight looking back, if I would have actually had some sort of, even if a part-time job working at a grocery store, just something to have that survival money, if you will, just the foundation would have gone so much further, and we would have been able to sort of make decisions long term and not be in this desperation or needy situation. And it was just an incredible experience, and I just wanted to kind of jump on here and kind of let you know that you don't need to quit your job. You don't need to go all in. You can do this sort of at the same time in tandem with like another job, and that's what I'm doing today. I work at a marketing agency, and if you know, you know, but if you don't, marketing agencies are notorious for a lot of work, a lot of moving parts. And I've had my experience working for several different agencies, and they're kind of all the same. There's like some nuanced differences, but at the end of the day, they're kind of all the same. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to sort of showcase, but also just like I'm doing it different now. Like I have like a sustainable job, but I'm also doing this on the side. And like today's Sunday, and here we are. Like I'm able to knock this video out, within 2 hours from like concept to actual like scheduling it for tomorrow, tomorrow morning, right? And boom, there it is. Like it's already been done. So I like to do it that way now. I'm still it's it's I'm building a bridge rather than burning the boats, if you will, right? And so and the important part here is that it's like this bridge method that I'm kind of calling it, and I'm building it as we speak, and that's the thing. That's the takeaway, is that you can build the bridge as you're working, right? So think of yourself in your current situation, and as you're moving into your desired situation where you want to be, you are building the bridge as you're moving towards that desired situation, that desired outcome, right? And so you don't have to completely shut off that that first current situation to build the bridge. No, that's what I thought. You had to burn the boats, and I know, firsthand. I mean, it's a cool analogy because I worked offshore on tugboats, as you know. But I just wanted to kind of just speak that and say, hey, look, like, one, you don't have to be like a complete expert. You don't have to have it all figured out, and you don't have to quit your job to do this. For me, this is like a long-term thing. This is something that I want to do for essentially the rest of my life, is to sort of guide and help and make an impact. And if that's something that you want to do, then you're in the right place. I have a community called the Unconventional Path, and it's free. It's a free community. I'll have the link in the description. So if you want to come and hang out, that would be awesome. And yeah, I think I'm going to cut it there. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.